everyone, Raevin here, Violence Prevention Specialist with Hopeful Horizons, and today we will be talking about how you can be an active bystander. So everyday events unfold around us all the time, and at some point we're able to register whether or not these events are dangerous or not. And once this happens, we then have a choice. Are we going to get involved, or are we just going to mind our business? Are we going to be an active bystander, or are we going to be a passive bystander? You make the choice. When we intervene, we let the perpetrator know that their behavior is unacceptable. If we are constantly reinforcing messages that certain behaviors are not okay, then we kind of shift the boundaries within our culture and within our society. So people think that a lot of the harmful things that they do that are okay are actually not okay at all. That is why it's important to be an active bystander. Now, I'll admit, learning to recognize when someone is in a dangerous situation is essentially a skill that not all of us are able to pick up on right away. So I understand, and that's exactly why I'm here, to kind of bridge that gap of understanding for you. If you're going to intervene, we want to make sure that you're doing it in a safe and proper way. So safely intervening in a situation can be something as simple as giving a disapproving look. This can mean that you don't laugh about a sexual or violent joke. This is important, and showing someone that behavior is not okay, is not funny, is again reinforcing those boundaries that we need to make changes within our culture. It could also be talking to a friend about their behavior that you noticed was inappropriate. Of course, you want to do this in a non-confrontational way. It could also be you showing care for a friend who experienced some problematic behavior. Other times, it means asking friends, guidance counselors, staffs, and sometimes even the police to intervene and get involved because you don't know exactly what to do yourself. There are literally levels to this. Now, before you go stepping into a situation and you're not completely sure whether it's safe or not, try the ABC approach. A, assess for safety. B, be in a group of people when you intervene. Or C, showing care for the victim involved. When assessing for safety, you have to ask yourself, is there a way that you can help in still being safe? At the end of the day, your safety is important in this situation too. And if you don't feel like you can intervene without some harm being done to you, then don't involve yourself in the situation. You may want to ask someone else to get involved, or inform someone else that they may need to step in and handle the situation. Being in a group, this can help because sometimes it's easier to call out certain behaviors or intervene when there are other people around who can attest and to witness if something may happen. And if you don't feel like you can do this in a group setting, or no one in the group feels comfortable to do this, then again, call on someone who may have some experience with handling a situation like that. And lastly, caring for the victim. Asking them if they need help, if they're okay, or if there's anything that you can do for them. Sometimes they may just say that they're okay and that they're fine and there's nothing you can do. And if that's what they express to you, then fine. But if you still feel in your gut that that person may be harmed at the end of the day, then there's nothing wrong with following up with someone who can check in with them to make sure that their safety is not at risk. When it comes to intervening safely, I want you guys to remember the 4 Ds. Ready? Direct, distract, delegate, or delay. Let me break this down for you. Taking direct action means you're going to call out the behavior head on. Tell the person to straight up stop what they're doing. You can make a comment about how it's unnecessary and ask the person in front of them if they're okay. This will make this perpetrator feel like they may or may not have done something wrong. It may completely blow you off. But if they have a heart somewhere in there, they will stop and think, did I do something wrong? It's always safer to do this as a group if you can, but just remember to stay calm, stay polite, and make sure that the victim is okay. Distract. That means interrupt the perpetrator, getting in the middle, starting a conversation with them so that the victim can get a chance to get away or escape, or other people can come to their rescue and help them out. Or you can try to come up with an idea to get the victim out of the situation. Anything that you can do safely. The 3rd D stands for delegate. If you personally don't feel like you have the strength, or you're too embarrassed or shy, or you may not even know or feel comfortable with getting involved, find someone who's okay with doing so and allow them to step in and help. More than likely, if you're at like an event venue or a restaurant or some other place, the staff is not going to take too lightly to harassment. So if you get someone like that involved, they will definitely handle the situation and make sure that the perpetrator is away from the victim. The 4th D stands for delay. Now, this is what you should definitely do if you feel like the situation is unsafe for that moment and you still want to get involved. Walk away, let the situation pass, and when the moment is right and you have time to where the perpetrator will not be in your conversation with the victim, ask them if they are okay. Whenever you feel like it's safe, report. The only time it's going to be too late to act on the situation is if something has already happened to the victim. And that is the purpose of us having this conversation about how we can be active bystanders, is because we want to avoid things from happening to the victim. A lot of times we see things and we turn our heads because we say, oh, that's not my business. I'm going to see and unsee, and it didn't happen. And then later on they end up in situations and then we feel guilty. So to avoid that guilty feeling in the first place, let's just go ahead and find our comfortable choice of intervention and decide, you know what, that's how I'm going to do it. I'm going to be distracting. I'm going to call out the behavior. I'm going to report it anonymously. Whatever it is that you decide to do, please do something. Remember, your school most likely always has some sort of protocol that you can use or refer to when it comes to reporting certain situations. So definitely review those guidelines and see if there are things within those guidelines that are comfortable to you and you feel like that may be something that I can participate in. That may be something that I can handle. But again, there's always more resources out there. Again, if you're not comfortable talking to someone, you can find support online. You can speak with someone who will be able to do the reaching out for you. All you gotta do is try. Again, my name is Raevin Fields. Thank you for watching this video, and I will be back with more.